welcome to another episode of Project 2JZ28. I'm here with Blake, and we are on the way. I'm gonna go pick up the Camaro and drive it home. So we think that everything seems to be pretty good, right, Blake?
So far, so good. We've done, I've done a little more than a half a dozen starts on it, and it starts up smooth, runs nice, doesn't overheat the ECU. So looking good so far.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We're gonna give it the old college try of checking it out. Although we're currently in the middle of the winter here in Indiana. However, today it is I can get that. It's 23 degrees, so it's not really warm, but it's not actively participating or not participating. Gosh, I can't talk today. Precipitation is not falling from the sky. The roads are dry, and it's going to warm up slightly, maybe another degree or two by the time we get there and fire it up. So we should be able to make it safely home. And we'll see how it does on its actual first drive post new wiring harness. So fingers crossed. So we're gonna swap out the old for the new here and the battery. And I've had this Gold for I don't know how many years. The sad thing is that most of its time has just been sitting while the car has been sitting. Some people refer to Duralast as Duracrap, which in some cases that is true. There's been enough suspect with charging, not charging, and sitting. I just don't want to have any problems in the future. I think that's been a common theme among this car in general, where we're trying to prevent future letdowns and future breakdowns and future missing this, that, and the other event. So Blake recommended this Odyssey battery. We're going to throw in here real quick. A bit more expensive, not that it really matters, but a little bit lighter, and as Blake just explained, a bit more reliable and a lot more able to take some more abuse on the lack of charging, etc., with its gel style cell. So we're gonna throw that in real quick. And I know since last video we got a couple things fixed. Blake's got the 8,000 RPM tachometer in there, and I'm already seeing that from a distance. That looks better. We got some gauge issues. I know the boost gauge before wasn't working, and he's got that going now. For whatever reason, my fog lights weren't coming on. I think they were just unplugged realistically, but a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that doesn't necessarily affect the performance of the car, but just the finishing touches to make sure she's as dialed in as she can be. All right, new battery in. We're kind of all set. Do you want to go over just the last little finishing touches we did?
Sure. So the last set of items I took care of was really just cleaning up some things in the dash. I swapped out the dash cluster, or the tachometer in the cluster from the 10,000 to the 8,000.
Yeah.
And then there was a little bit of delamination in the MDF.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You know, when we had that shop do that, he had even mentioned, like, the only problem he's had with the wood is that sometimes if moisture gets into it, it can sometimes crack. And oh yeah, dude, I can't even tell. That looks really good. And the lighting in here is pretty dark, but
right,
that looks great.
Hide sins.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so that looks good. And then I think like the boost gauge was funky, but you got that all dialed in, you said too?
It all seemed to work for me.
Perfect. Well, shoot, man. That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Just a short list.
Yeah, well, yes, the easy part of the extreme hard.
Right.
It's like saying, like, hey, you got my lug nut all tightened up. I really appreciate it. That was easy. And I'm like, well, yeah, it just had to come with a rebuilt engine to get it.
That's right.
Yeah.
New rear end, rebuilt engine, brand new transmission.
Well, cool, man. We're gonna give it her first main voyage after post wiring harness drive. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that it runs just as smoothly on the road as it has for all your dozen startups here, and we'll keep our fingers crossed still that man, that maybe the problems that we've been chasing ever since we got it back from Safe that are finally fixed, hopefully.
It's one of the times you want a 1,300 horsepower car drive to not be exciting.
Right.
So
Exactly.
boring drive.
Yes, it'll be a boring drive on the way home, but a good one. So we'll see how this goes. All right, let's see if the new battery has got enough juice in it to fire up off the bat. Makes noises to turn the fuel pumps. That's a good start. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, buddy. I think we're good.
All right.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, like you were saying, it would just so many times that it would start and it would run like crap or just not want to start, and it just fired right up without any trouble whatsoever.
Well, and I know you said Safe had the same thing where it was like most of the time it's fine, and then randomly it would just misbehave for him. So yeah, that has to be what it was.
I think so, man. We just had enough consistencies that I'd say we have a very high probability of being good.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong. I couldn't find a problem, but that's why we start fresh.
Right.
So.
Well, thank you so much, dude.
Yeah,
really,
no problem.
Really appreciate you. We'll take her home and see how she does.
Keep me in the loop on your drive home. We'll hopefully we don't need to go save you.
Gosh, I hope not. Yeah, we'll do, buddy. Thank you. Yeah. Well, initially, things seem to be running just fine. Yeah, honestly, probably better than I recall it driving ever since I've got the car back from Safe. I think finally Safe's hard work on getting the engine all squared away and fixed, along with Blake's hard work of getting the wiring harness all figured out, has paid off. At least that's the feel so far. So man, so far so good. I'm liking it. Okay, I'm gonna try and get just a pinch of boost just to make sure the boost gauge works. Nope, boost gauge does not work. Bummer. All right, well, I'll have to check out with Blake. Nope, no boosties. It's making boost, just not showing it. Well, she traversed the snow in winter to the best of her ability. Really ran solid. I got no like mechanical running problems with her. I think I'd call that a success for what it is. The only thing is the boost gauge still no worky, but we can work on little things like that. Well, thanks for joining us today, and hopefully this is a sign of good things to come for the year.